Caitlin Clark has taken the WNBA by storm, captivating audiences with her record-breaking performances and jaw-dropping plays. From setting the rookie record for most assists in an all-star game to boosting TV ratings and game attendance, Clark's impact on the league is undeniable. But it was one game in particular that shook the very foundations of the WNBA, a game where she and Angel Reese led a rookie-dominated Team WNBA to a stunning victory over the star-studded Team USA. This upset wasn't just a win. It sparked a media frenzy, questioned the league's decision-making, and ignited debates about fairness and bias in player selection. How did one young player manage to turn the WNBA on its head, and what does this mean for the future of women's basketball? Caitlin Clark, the young sensation in women's basketball, has been making waves with her incredible skills and court vision. Her rise to stardom in the WNBA was nothing short of meteoric, drawing comparisons to some of the league's greatest players. But just as she was climbing the ranks, a shocking decision came down. Caitlin was left off the Olympic team. For many, this was a head-scratcher. How could a player with her stats and game-changing abilities be overlooked? The snubbing stirred up quite the controversy, with fans and analysts alike questioning the decision. The person behind this controversial call was none other than Cheryl Reeve, the respected head coach of Team USA. Reeve didn't mince words when it came to her views on Caitlin. She publicly criticized Clark, suggesting that she wasn't ready for the big leagues and dismissing her potential. It was a harsh blow, especially considering the hype that had been building around Caitlin's performances. Reeve's comments seemed to stem from a mix of skepticism and perhaps even a bit of jealousy. After all, Caitlin was becoming a media darling, with her games getting more coverage than some of the established teams in the league, including Reeve's own. As the game between Team WNBA and Team USA approached, the tension was palpable. The media was abuzz, hyping up what was sure to be a showdown for the ages. Fans were on the edge of their seats, eager to see how Caitlin would perform under the spotlight, especially against a team coached by someone who had so openly doubted her. The buildup was intense, with every sports channel and social media platform buzzing about the game. It felt like everyone had something to say, and the expectations were sky high. The game that everyone had been waiting for finally arrived. Team WNBA versus Team USA. The arena buzzed with excitement, the air thick with anticipation. This wasn't just another exhibition match. It was a showdown that had everyone talking. The stakes were high, and the storylines even higher. On one side, you had Team USA, packed with seasoned stars like Diana Taurasi, Sabrina Ionescu, and Brittany Griner. They were the powerhouses, expected to dominate the game. On the other side, there was Team WNBA, featuring the sensational rookies Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, two players with a lot to prove and a chip on their shoulders. As the game tipped off, all eyes were on Caitlin Clark. The question on everyone's mind was simple. Could she deliver under the immense pressure? Right from the start, Clark set the tone with her tenacious defense and smart playmaking. She wasn't just looking to score. She was orchestrating the game, making key assists and setting up her teammates for success. One of the standout moments was when she made a brilliant pass to Al Boston, catching everyone off guard, including the camera crew. It was a reminder of why so many people were baffled by her exclusion from the Olympic team. The chemistry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese was undeniable. They played like they had been teammates for years, reading each other's moves and playing off each other's strengths. Reese, known for her aggressive style, dominated the boards, pulling down rebound after rebound. Meanwhile, Clark was setting her up for easy buckets and making sure the ball kept moving. Their teamwork was on full display, and it was clear that they were in sync. This duo was electric, and they were making Team USA look surprisingly ordinary. As the game progressed, Team WNBA started to pull away. Clark's strategic assists and Reese's scoring and rebounding prowess were too much for Team USA to handle. The pivotal moment came in the fourth quarter, when Clark, with her sharp court vision, found Reese cutting to the basket for a crucial score. It was the play that sealed the game, showcasing not just their individual talents but their ability to work together as a cohesive unit. Cheryl Reeve's team, despite their star-studded lineup, had no answer for the rookie duo's relentless play. Cheryl Reeve, who had been so vocal in her criticism of Caitlin Clark, found herself in the hot seat. Her initial reaction was one of frustration and deflection, as she tried to downplay Clark's impact on the game. Reeve's comments were tinged with disbelief, as if she couldn't quite grasp how her meticulously assembled Team USA could have been outplayed by a rookie-led WNBA team. It was a tough pill to swallow, and her post-game interviews reflected that discomfort. The media quickly picked up on her tone, sensing the tension and perhaps a hint of regret. Fans and analysts didn't hold back in their commentary. The game had provided ample fodder for debate, and everyone had an opinion. Many praised Clark's poise and playmaking abilities, highlighting her strategic assists and defensive efforts. She had not only met, but exceeded the high expectations set for her. Analysts were quick to point out that Clark's exclusion from the Olympic team now seemed even more questionable. How could someone who had just dismantled some of the best players in the world not be considered good enough for the national team? It was a question on everyone's lips. The scandalous claims of bias and unfairness surrounding Clark's Olympic snub began to gain traction. Some fans suggested that Reeve's decision had been influenced by personal biases, pointing to her previous dismissive comments about Clark. The idea that Clark was left off the team because of concerns over how her fans might react to limited playing time seemed even more absurd in light of her standout performance. It felt to many like an excuse, a convenient way to sideline a player who didn't fit into the established order. As the dust settled, social media exploded with reactions. Hashtags supporting Caitlin Clark trended, and fans flooded the WNBA's official channels with comments and criticism. The backlash was intense, with calls for greater transparency in the selection process and demands for accountability from the league's decision-makers. The WNBA, which had hoped to quietly move past the controversy, found itself at the center of a public relations storm. People were angry, feeling that a talented player's career had been unfairly stunted by politics and bias. From the moment she stepped onto the court, it was clear she was more than just another rookie. Her electrifying style of play, marked by sharp shooting, precise assists, and a keen basketball IQ, captivated audiences across the country. This wasn't just about the stats. It was about the way she brought a fresh, dynamic energy to the game, and people noticed. TV ratings for WNBA games featuring Clark saw a noticeable uptick, as more fans tuned in to watch this rising star. Her presence didn't just boost viewership, it also drove merchandise sales, with jerseys and gear flying off the shelves. Game attendance spiked whenever she played, filling arenas with eager fans excited to see her in action. Clark's influence extended beyond the numbers. She played a pivotal role in changing the perception of rookies in the WNBA. Traditionally, rookies were seen as players who needed time to adjust and find their footing in the league. But Clark, with her immediate impact, challenged that notion. She showed that rookies could not only compete with seasoned veterans, but also lead teams and change games. Her poise and confidence on the court set a new standard, encouraging teams to give young talent more significant roles right from the start. It was a shift that rippled through the league, inspiring other young players and altering how coaches approach developing and utilizing rookies. The cultural and sports media buzz around Caitlin Clark has been immense. Her performances have made headlines, not just for her skills, but for the storylines they created. Sports journalists and commentators have been quick to discuss her potential, often drawing comparisons to legends of the game. There's a palpable excitement about what she could achieve, with many believing she's on the path to becoming one of the greats. The media coverage hasn't just focused on her on-court abilities, it has also highlighted her personality, her approach to the game, and her role as a potential ambassador for women's basketball. The game that featured Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese wasn't just a thrilling matchup. It was a turning point for the WNBA, with implications that could reshape the league's future. One of the biggest takeaways is the potential shift in how players are selected for key teams and roles. The controversy over Clark's exclusion from the Olympic team has sparked a much-needed conversation about the fairness and transparency of the selection process. Fans and analysts alike are calling for a reevaluation of how players are chosen, suggesting that the league needs to focus more on performance and potential rather than just experience or established reputations. This could lead to a more merit-based system where young, talented players like Clark and Reese are given the recognition and opportunities they deserve. The rise of new stars like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese has had a significant impact on the league's popularity. These players bring a fresh energy and excitement that attracts not only die-hard basketball fans, but also casual viewers who are drawn to their dynamic playing styles and compelling stories. Their performances have boosted TV ratings, increased game attendance, and driven merchandise sales, all of which are vital for the league's growth. As these young stars continue to shine, they're not just enhancing the visibility of women's basketball, they're also setting new standards and inspiring the next generation of players. This surge of young talent is crucial for the WNBA, as it helps to build a strong, vibrant future for the league. The ongoing debate about fairness and transparency in sports management has also gained momentum. The way Caitlin Clark's Olympic snub was handled has raised questions about how decisions are made at the highest levels of the sport. There are growing calls for more openness in how players are evaluated and selected, ensuring that personal biases or politics don't overshadow talent and hard work. This situation has highlighted the need for accountability within the league, pushing for reforms that would make the process more inclusive and equitable. It's a conversation that's not just relevant to the WNBA, but resonates across all sports, emphasizing the importance of fairness and integrity in athletic competition. The aftermath of this game has sparked a broader dialogue about the future of the WNBA. The league stands at a crossroads, with the potential to embrace a new era defined by transparency, inclusivity, and a celebration of young talent. As fans and players alike look forward, there's a palpable sense of excitement and anticipation. The WNBA has the opportunity to capitalize on this moment, making the necessary changes to ensure that the best players are recognized and celebrated, and that the league continues to grow and thrive in the years to come. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.